Imagine a celebrated rapper, once part of a groundbreaking hip-hop trio, now facing a decade and a half behind bars for allegedly selling out his nation to a shadowy foreign financier. That's the shocking reality hitting Pras Michel of the Fugees. And it's a tale that begs us to question loyalty, justice, and the high-stakes world of international influence. But here's where it gets controversial. Did he really betray his country for cash? Or is there more to this story that the headlines aren't telling? Hey there, music fans and news enthusiasts. If you're into hip-hop legends, you might remember the Fugees as that iconic group from the 1990s that blended reggae, hip-hop, and R&B into chart-topping hits like Killing Me Softly with his song, Ready or Not, and Fugees. The trio, Lauryn Hill, Wyclef Jean, and Pras Michel, dominated the scene before going their separate ways in 1998, each carving out impressive solo paths and occasional reunion attempts in recent years. But lately, it's Pras Michel who's back in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, and we're diving deep into this unfolding drama to break it down simply and clearly, especially for those new to the world of celebrity scandals and legal battles. On November 20th, 2025, in a federal courtroom in Washington, D.C., Judge Colleen Kolokatelli handed down a hefty sentence. 14 years in prison for Michel, followed by 3 years of probation. This came after his conviction in 2023 on charges of illegal foreign lobbying and conspiracy. And this is the part most people miss. The prosecutors painted a stark picture, claiming Michel had betrayed his country for money, arguing for a tough penalty to match the gravity of his alleged offenses. To put that in perspective, for beginners, foreign lobbying here refers to attempts by individuals or groups to influence U.S. policies or decisions on behalf of foreign interests without proper registration or disclosure, which is illegal under laws like the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA. It's like a hidden backchannel where money talks louder than transparency, and in this case, it involved trying to sway government investigations. But let's rewind to understand the full picture. Michel's troubles stem from accusations that he orchestrated a foreign influence campaign on behalf of Jho Low, the fugitive Malaysian financier behind the massive 1MDB scandal, a billion-dollar embezzlement scheme that siphoned funds from a Malaysian government investment fund, leading to corruption probes worldwide. Picture this. Michel allegedly funneled money from Low to push the Trump administration in 2019 to drop its investigation into Low. On top of that, he was accused of secretly channeling funds to Barack Obama's 2012 presidential campaign, and later attempting to influence a Chinese extradition case. It's a web of international intrigue that sounds straight out of a thriller movie. And for those unfamiliar, the 1MDB scandal is like a real-life heist where public money vanished into private pockets, sparking global investigations and highlighting how celebrity connections can intersect with high finance. The trial in April 2023 was a blockbuster affair, featuring testimony from big names like actor Leonardo DiCaprio and former U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Michel was convicted on 10 counts, including conspiring to defraud the U.S. government. Prosecutors pushed for a severe sentence, noting that similar financial schemes often land perpetrators in prison for over 20 years. They emphasized that the court needed to underscore the seriousness of Michel's actions, framing them as a direct assault on national integrity. On the flip side, Michel's defense team argued for a much lighter 36-month sentence, comparing it to penalties for terrorists who harm civilians or leaders of major drug cartels. They contended that the government's stance was overkill, sparking a heated debate about proportionality in justice. And this is where controversy reigns supreme. Do we view Michel as a greedy opportunist who crossed an unforgivable line, or as someone caught in a complex geopolitical game where lines between right and wrong get blurred? Some might argue that in the cutthroat world of lobbying and influence, many operate in gray areas without facing such harsh consequences, raising questions about selective enforcement. Michel will turn himself in to authorities on January 27th, and in the meantime, his legal team is gearing up for an appeal against both the sentence and the convictions, a process that could drag on for months or even years, with slim chances of overturning the outcome. He was also ordered last month to forfeit a staggering $64 million tied to the scheme, a forfeiture that underscores the financial stakes involved. In a statement shared exclusively with Billboard, his spokesperson, Erica Duma, expressed resilience. Pras has spent his career breaking barriers and defying expectations. While today marks a difficult moment, it is not the end of his story or his legacy. He is profoundly grateful for the continued support of those who believe in him as he prepares for what lies ahead. It's a poignant reminder of his enduring spirit amid the turmoil. Adding another twist, Michel had sought a retrial, claiming his former lawyer, David Kenner, mishandled his defense by relying on an unproven AI tool for closing arguments. That motion was denied, but Kenner later pleaded guilty to criminal contempt for allegedly leaking grand jury materials to the media. This subplot adds layers of intrigue, illustrating how technology and ethics collide in the courtroom. For context, AI in legal arguments is still emerging, and cases like this highlight potential pitfalls, like relying on tools that might not hold up under scrutiny, which could be a fascinating side topic for tech enthusiasts. So, what do you think? Is a 14-year sentence fair for someone accused of foreign influence? Or does it feel disproportionate in a world where corporate lobbying often flies under the radar? Could Michel's actions be seen as savvy networking gone awry, or a clear betrayal of trust? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you side with the prosecutor's call for severity, or do you lean toward the defense's plea for leniency? And here's a thought-provoking angle. In an era of global celebrities wielding influence, where do we draw the line between personal ambition and national loyalty? Let's discuss.